20th, 20th or 21st. Jack has been in school for a week and a half, and so I just thought I'd make a little video of Jack's first day and a little update on how he's doing. So first I'm going to show some clips right now of him on his first day of school. Where are we, bud?
My new Withrow school.
Your new Withrow school?
Yeah.
Are you excited? Me too.
Because this is my new Withrow school.
Do you like your backpack and your lunchbox? Me too. Okay. We're going to go over by this sign, buddy.
And then we'll take a picture?
Yeah, we're going to take a picture. Can you go stand over there for Mama? You can hold your backpack and your lunchbox if you want. Go stand right there. Right there, honey.
Over by the sign, pal.
Where it says W-I-T-H. Just go stand over there.
Okay. Back here?
Yeah. Alright, good. Jackson's here. Nevaeh?
Yes, Neve.
Nevaeh? Nevaeh. Thank you. And I got Juliana Sophia.
Don't teach about me.
You're thinking about me, Juliana Sophia?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Is it Draco? Did I say it right? Damari? I met Damari's mom this morning. Jeremy! Jeremy! Put your hand up. Jeremy!
Jeremy's right here.
Okay. Oh, here. Our van's over here. Hand, please.
Where's our new van?
Where do you think it is?
Right there.
Okay, let's look both ways. So you had fun with Jeremy?
I did.
Oh, good. Are you excited to see him tomorrow? Oh, good. And then, so I have spoken to 3 people regarding Jackson. The first being my cousin. She is on the PTA board at our school. Jack also goes to school with his cousin, which is, he loves it. And so she's also a volunteer. She got to renew her badge from last year, so she's already gotten to volunteer. And she said Jack is doing really well. The first day she was there, it was toward the end of the day, and he was a little squirmy during carpet time. But she said other than that, he did really well. The next time she went, which was 2 days later, it was 2 days ago, and it was earlier in the day, and it was when they had recess. She said he did awesome. He listens to the teacher. He'd take turns. The only thing was he picked up a stick. I mean, we let him play with sticks. And the teachers didn't like it, you know, just in case. And for good reason, because apparently a girl went to the teacher and said that Jackson hit her with a stick, and my cousin Crystal was right there, and she said, actually, you ran into Jackson while he was standing there, and he happened to be holding the stick. She saw it. So Jack didn't swing and hit her. The little girl ran by, and Jack must have had a stick out, and she ran into it. So he didn't get in trouble or anything. And he wasn't doing anything wrong. They just prefer that he not have sticks at school. So from her, he got a thumbs up. Good job. The school psychologist sent home some paperwork regarding the observations to possibly get him a one-on-one aid. Now, I was under the impression from our meeting at the end of last year that we were going to wait a few weeks to see how he did, and then if he needed it, then we could go forward with the process. Well, I guess the school psychologist at his old school said that I insisted, probably a miscommunication, on him having this as early as possible. So when I spoke with the school psychologist, I just said, oh yeah, no, I just, wanted to make sure this is what we agreed, that we would wait a couple of weeks. She said, oh, the school psychologist said that you insisted. I said, well, I just wanted to have the option. His teachers last year made Jack out to be a huge behavior problem, disruptive to the entire class. He might have been, but I just wanted to make sure that if he needed the resource of a one-on-one aid to help with his behavior, that he had it. But I would prefer that we wait 3 or 4 weeks to see how he adjusts to the class. I think a huge thing for him is he started the first day with all the kids, so he knows the routine right from the beginning. Last time he started 2 months after school started, And so all the other kids knew the routine. He didn't have to start that way with everybody else. So I think that is going to make a huge difference. She said she's actually gone in and observed him a couple times, and she said that he is not doing anything out of the ordinary that the other kids were not doing. Not all the other kids, but for instance, she observed him being squirmy at carpet time. Well, she said quite a few other kids were being squirmy at carpet time. So he's not doing anything out of the ordinary as far as that goes. And he's sharing, he's taking turns, he's not being physical at all with the kids. Yay! We had back to school night last night, and I very, very briefly spoke with this teacher because I didn't want to bombard her with questions on back to school night. And I let her know that in, another 2 or 3 weeks, I would like to have, maybe a 10-minute sit down with her to find out how she thinks Jack's doing because of his 504 and his behavior plan, and if there's anything that we need to change, and basically just see how he's doing, make sure he's doing good. Fingers crossed that he doesn't need the one-on-one aid. I would rather him not have anything different than the other kids if it can be helped, so that he doesn't have that crutch right from the beginning. If he doesn't need it. I am not saying at all that other children who have a one-on-one aid in transitional kindergarten, that it's a crutch. But they would honestly need it. If Jackson doesn't need it, I don't want him to have something that he doesn't need, because in that instance it would be a crutch. There's no reason for him to have somebody with him his entire day if he's not having a problem. I would rather the resources go to somebody else. So that's what I mean about that. And so, I mean, again, she didn't mention how he was doing behavior-wise, but she didn't, say, oh, that's a good good idea, I want to talk to you about it. So I'm taking it as a good sign. That the 2 people that I have spoken with about his behavior has been a thumbs up, and that the teacher at least knows that I'm going to be looking to her in about 2 to 3 weeks. I'll email her and set up just a 10-minute. Another thing that is exciting with Jack is that as of next week, Wednesday, he will no longer receive any services through Easter Seals. We were doing the caregiver training, seriously, pregnancy brain is real and rampant in me. Basically, the program manager is now coming every week to do caregiver trainings and help us help Jack with his behaviors, but he hasn't had any. So we decided, I'm going to speak with my husband about it, just to make sure that he's okay with it, but he and I have already discussed it, but I just want to discuss the date with him. But he doesn't need it. I'm not Rutley being trained on anything. She said we're doing awesome. We're doing everything positive reinforcement and the way that we speak to Jack and let him kind of work his problems out on his own, that we're doing good. And so in that instance, Jackson's also doing really well. So we're going to be really, really sad to see her go. She has been fantastic through this entire process. So, but yeah, it's great. I mean, this time last year we were about to get Jackson evaluated for autism, and then now he's come a whole full circle where he got diagnosed with autism, he had a whole bunch of behaviors, and now I honestly think it's a misdiagnosis on Kaiser's part that Jackson does not have autism. He does have some autistic traits, or traits of autism, I'm not sure how you would phrase that. But, I mean, he had some major behavior issues, but I think that he worked through them, and we worked through them, and he is just doing wonderfully. He's doing so well. Every day I pick him up from school, and he gives me a big hug, and he says, "Mommy, I love you so much." And I am watching my friend's son. I'm picking him up from school and watching him for, 3 or 4 hours a day. And he even gives Max, I have so much fun with you, and he's so complimentary to Max, and he and Max play so well together. So I'm very pleased with Jack's behavior, his progress, and I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of how hard he works and what a polite little boy he is. And I'm so lucky that I got to have this learning experience with him. It was very frustrating. I felt like a failure at times as a parent, not knowing what to do, not knowing how to react to my child and his behaviors, not knowing if it was, typical. So I'm so proud of how far he's come and how hard he tries to be sweet and nice and, a great listener, and he's so loving, and I love the little guy to pieces. just every day, just my heart gets bigger for him. So that's just a little Jackson update. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.